Hey folks, today I want to work on some chords in the G form. So right here, looking at, there's your G chord. You've got, and most of the chords in this form are going to have your forefinger planted on the high E string 3rd fret, like that. And then your 3rd finger planted on the B string 3rd fret, so just like that. Just like that. And then the movement for the other chords is going to be here. And for the G, our 2 finger is going to reach across and play low E string in the 3rd fret. And I'm muting that's the A string with this finger. So this finger is, my 3rd finger is actually touching the A string a little bit. So it sounds like this. Muted, open, open. Now you can put your 1 finger right there. So A string, 2nd fret, and it would sound like this. In fact, that's how I first learned to play it. I guess I just like the open sound of the muted A string with no 1 finger there. I just really like that sound. Okay, so with that, without. Alright, there's your G chord. The next is the C chord. So you're gonna, so again, fingers 4 and 3 are going to stay planted right there, right where they are. And I'm going to move the 2nd finger from the low E string to the A string. So same fret, I'm just moving it down a string. Now, my fingers are big and fat enough that I can actually mute the low E string and the string beneath it. And so the main thing is muting the string beneath it. And so either don't play the low E string or mute it with the finger or mute it with the thumb right there. And so it's going to sound like this. That's your C, or C2, you might see it listed. Again, this finger's not doing anything. It could play the D string 2nd fret. It could play right there and it would sound like this. I mean, that's a pretty sound. Sometimes I play it. Most of the time though, I just leave it hanging out and I mute the D string and just a little bit more open sound, and it's easier. I mean, you just got 1 finger and then you move here. There's your C, your C2. Alright, for your sort of an E minor or E minor 7, they can be used interchangeably. Your 1 finger is going to come into play. Again, 4 and 3 are staying planted right there. And for your E minor, 1st finger, 2nd fret on the A string right there. Now, I'm muting the string right beneath it with that finger. That finger is touching the D string and muting it. And this time I am going to play the low E string. I want the low E string to sound, because that's what's going to give it the character of the E minor chord. That low E, that E note. So that's muted. There you go. You might have to press down hard on the B string there, because your finger is going to be back further in the fret, and it's going to be harder to make it sound that far back in the fret. But there's no way you can get. I mean, you can't get it up there because of your pinky. Anyway, so the E minor, you definitely want the low E string. That's what's going to give it the E character of the chord. because if you didn't play it and you only played the first 5 strings starting with the A string, you might see a G/B or G over B in some of your guitar chord charts. Well, that's what that is, a G with a B in the bass, a G chord with a B in the bass. But you, for the E minor chord, playing all the strings, your one finger here, muting the string below it, E minor. All right, now next is we're going to move to our D sus. Again, and we learned this in the last lesson, but these 2 fingers are going to stay where they are. And and you kind of see how these fingers are positioned. They're just each going to sort of move down. So the 2 finger, it's not doing anything right now because the 4 finger is also on the high E string. But I like having it there because if I lift my pinky, then I'm right there ready for a D chord. But, all right, so we read our E minor, and we're going to our D sus, and just playing the first 4 strings. And so all these chords, the 4 and the 3 fingers stay planted right there. Don't lift them up. G, C, E minor, E. I want to show you one more chord, and it's a kind of an A minor chord that works in this form. So your E minor chord was here with your 1 finger in the 2nd fret on the A string. That's your E minor. For your A minor, you're just going to move your 1 finger down 1 string. So now your 1 finger is on the D string, and you're muting the 1 below it, muting that G string, and you're either not playing or muting this low E string as well. And so playing it first 5 strings off first 5 strings. There's your A minor, and you definitely want that A in there, because that's what's going to give it that A minor character. So like God wonders beyond our galaxy, you are whole, going to that A minor, holy, to your C, holy, the universe declares your majesty, your D sus C, you are, to your A minor, holy, and I'm muting that E string with my thumb there, holy, to the C, holy, Lord of heaven and earth, Lord of heaven and earth. Anyway, so those are chords in kind of this open G form that I use all the time. I mean, in worship songs, I mean, you know those 5 chords right there and a capo, and you can play a lot. So anyway, get familiar with those. I think next lesson we're going to work on a little bit of maybe a little bit more advanced drum technique or something to get you headed in that direction. G, C, E minor, D, and there's your A minor. All right, so cool. We'll see you next time, and yeah, keep playing. Bye. Hey, meant to just show you what things look like. It's kind of hard in this light. I don't know if I can. There we go. That's a little bit better. You can see the frets now. But you'll see like the 1 in parentheses there, just showing that you can play it or you can mute it. You can play it or you can mute it. Again, you can, on the C2 chord, you can play it or you can mute it. The E minor 7, muted. I'd muted them in the lesson, but that's just the look. That's what it looks like on paper. Okay, cool.